Welcome back to Prime Arcana, everyone. Make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe before we start the tale, as even though this story we're telling is one set in a fantasy world, here in reality, all those little things help us out a great deal. Now, back to the tale. She hears a slight chittering as she turns to look over at this passageway to see a 6-foot-tall crypt spider looking at you. As you screamed and you drew its attention as something that had been wounded, that it could come stir up in a web.
Awesome. Perfect. Let's go.
The gods have given me something to kill!
Yeah, as she notices it, she wrenches her axe out of the ground and just fucking barrels towards it.
Woohoo!
Roll initiative.
Can we go ahead and say that she's already in a rage?
Oh yeah, I feel like you did that narratively. Ooh. Yeah, I was thinking, like, when you were doing that, I was like, she's raging.
14.
Okay, so it goes Skogul, Spider, Ettin.
Cool. So yeah, once the spider appears around the corner, after Ettin's scream, as soon as he sees it, he just dashes towards it and brings down his scimitar.
Okay, so you rolled a 12. So that is a miss. It has a 15 armor class. When that happens, immediately it shoots a web at Skogul. Buddy, it rolled a fucking natural 1.
Ooh, I will take that with glee. So Skogul sprints past Ettin. In an arc, he passes his sword from top to bottom down across the spider, and then misses completely. As soon as his scimitar hits the dungeon floor, he sees it like reel up and start, loading up its spinnerets. And right as it does that, he just punches it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he just punches it right in the spinneret.
And when that happens, you just kind of hear it make this like kind of this weird spidery sound. And it is now Ettin's turn.
Yeah, so she's gonna, as she gets to it with her axe fucking raised, she's gonna bring it down right on top of it.
That's a hit. So you did 10 damage. Okay, so it's now Skogul's turn again.
Yeah, so he's under it at this point. Yeah, he's gonna stab up into its belly and see what happens. 14.
Because you are down beneath it and you just like punched it in like a weird position it's never been punched at, it's absolutely just going to lean down and try to bite at you.
I do the same.
Yeah, I too would have also done that.
I too would have chomped on you.
That's a hit, buddy. That's a 22. Ettin watches as it does 9 damage on Skogul here.
Okay, we're still in the fight.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please, Steve. Beat a 13.
18.
You succeeded.
She's going to take another swing at it with her great axe. That's an 18.
That's a hit. Oh my god, 21 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Wow, okay, well, it's up, but it is wounded heavily. Like, you got that axe, it cracked its shell. It's just like, and like you hear it just scream out in pain, and all of its spider legs just kind of like go out. A little bit of web just like sprays down on the ground underneath it, like almost right between Skogul's legs, basically.
Yeah, so I mean that was incredible. He literally witnessed her prowess in such a short time. Once he sees that slash and he sees that the thing is incredibly wounded, yeah, he's gonna pull a Samwise Gamgee and stab up into its gut again.
We want above a 15. Also, spider meat can be eaten, you guys.
11.
I hate to say that, that's a miss. So at that point, it is now going to attempt to web Skogul to the ground. It hits. The creature is restrained by webbing. As an action, the restrained creature can make a DC 13 strength check. So on your next turn, you cannot attack. You have been webbed to the ground. You have to make a DC 13 strength check to break free from the webbing before you can attack again. The effect also ends if the webbing is destroyed. So if Ettin were to want to attack the webbing, it has an AC of 10, it has 5 hit points, it is vulnerable to fire damage, it is immune to bludgeoning, poisoning, and psychic damage. That was the spider's turn. Skogul just gets this like, and he is like just like webbed to the cobblestones.
She's gonna keep fucking hacking away at it.
Hell yeah. That's a miss.
I feel like she would place her hit exactly in the same spot that she did, and it just there's no meat left there to cleave away at.
Okay. Steve, go ahead and roll that strength DC for me.
Yes, sir.
We want above a 13.
17.
That is a success. Go ahead and describe how Skogul breaks these fucking webs.
He rips the web almost as if it was like, gossamer.
As it swivels around, it attempts to bite at Ettin.
I mean, okay, can try. Oh, did it?
It succeeds.
What?
It succeeds with a 24, doing... It is halved from 4, so it does 2 damage on Ettin because you are raging. Now, however, please roll a Constitution save for me. That is a success. And it is now your turn.
She's not going to take too kindly at that attempt to bite, and she's going to try to put her axe like in its mouth. She's going to swing it towards there.
Get it.
Yeah.
That is a success. Roll that damage. And how would Ettin like to kill this thing?
As it rears back from biting her, she takes her axe and like lands it like right in between its mandibles, going through its head.
And it falls, slumping down onto the ground.
And like she's been grunting and screaming through this whole thing, and just lets out that cathartic.
You hear a response of another, but this scream isn't cathartic. This scream is primal and animalistic and something alien to your ears, something like as you look to see that coming from the same tunnel as that spider is a let me see how I could possibly describe this thing. So emerging from the darkness, this new creature's malformed body sways. Its bulbous eyes and clawed hands twitch with malevolent intent. This creature is a terrifying amalgam of humanoid and arachnid. Its spindly legs supporting a body covered in patchy, bristling hairs, while its mandibles clack in violent anticipation. An ettercap. The giant spiders following it pay attention to its presence. The ettercap raises one clawed hand, weaving it through the air in a series of unnatural motions, and with a screech, one of the 2 spiders lunges towards Ettin with a renewed ferocity. Now let me roll initiative, because we have this ettercap here, and there are new 2 spiders. This ettercap, which essentially oversees and loves these spiders as its own, came to see what was happening and saw that Harold was dead, and it was like, oh shit, George Montgomery, come with me. We need to go fuck these people up because George is dead. So
wait, question though. So she just totally bodied that spider. She's
bodied
raging
that
around,
spider.
And the thing is, I was underneath it.
It's on you
am
right
I
now.
under its carcass?
Yes.
So do they know I'm here?
No. So
Yeah.
so please both of you add 225 to your experience.
Which is
225.
Yes, please. This means that the initiative goes the spider, Ettin, Skogul, Ettercap. So the first spider is going to shoot a web at Ettin. The second one can't do anything because it's still in the tunnel behind. That's a hit. So Ettin sees this ettercap come out, and it draws her attention. She doesn't necessarily see the spider at first. So like when she looks over to see the spider come out of the tunnel, it's just like, and she gets fucking hit by the web. It doesn't push you back. It just kind of hits your knees and ankles and sticks you to the ground on the spot. The second spider then leaps over the first one with its movement and comes over to try and bite you. That is going to be a miss. It is now Ettin's turn.
So I'm not restrained in the sense that I can still hit unencumbered, but I can't move.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You would need to use the same DC strength break that he did. You have to break a 13 to yank your legs free, but your arms are good.
Okay. Well, if my arms are good and this dude's in my face...
It is in melee range.
Let's go ahead and... fucking crit!
Oh my god! That's a natural roll 20.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love to see it. I love to see it. Okay, well, you did serious damage on this spider. It is not dead, but the spider that leapt over the dead body of its brother and Skogul to bite you, go ahead and describe what you do to this thing.
Her eyes are just lit up at this point, and it's now gone from an anger-filled rage shifting more over to like an enjoyment. Like if Skogul were to look over right now, he could definitely tell that she's shifted from anger to feeding off of this rage, and she just brings her axe around and into the side of its abdomen.
That's awesome. And Skogul just hears this squelch as it like cuts through the carapace, and you see some like green, like gutty goo just like spill back out of its body when she yanks the axe free. And it is now Skogul's turn.
I have an interesting idea.
Lay it on me.
So I'm underneath the spider.
Yep.
They all think Harold is dead. I'm wondering almost if I if I stand up underneath Harold and make it seem like he's alive, if that might distract them. Let me see what I can do with that.
Go for it.
Weekend at Harold's.
Yeah. The Dungeon at Harold's.
Dungeon at Harold's, exactly.
This is the campaign now. It's just you guys parading around the corpse of this spider.
The spider corpse.
Have y'all met Harold?
I would never have given a shit until you said that they had names, because like to me they're just like nameless monsters. But you're like, oh no, he knows these guys. I'm just like, okay, if he knows them, okay, yeah. I'm just gonna stand up with Harold's body and just kind of see, and just like turn him towards the Ettin and see what happens.
Roll a.
What is this?
Roll a persuasion for me.
Okay.
You decided it. You have a weapon. All right, roll a persuasion.
21.
All right, 21. Let me see what happens to the Etter. Because the spider. Let me even see what here. Okay, so the Ettercap.
Ettercap, yeah.
Okay, the Ettercap actually has some intelligence. Okay, let's see what it gets here. Okay, so the Ettercap pauses and actually does look at the remnants of Harold, confused. Let me see if the spiders do anything at all, because they are not intelligent. Okay, so the spiders also pause and look at this corpse of Harold that has risen up, jig-jangling in front of them. As Skogul is puppeteering its carapace. That was your action. What is your bonus action?
Yeah, I guess he's just going to hunch down underneath Harold and just, gain as much protection as he can, see if they may not attack it. That's it.
Okay, so it then, because it does not realize that Skogul is there and it thinks that Harold's alive and is about to help them out, will leap forward and try to multi-attack on Ettin. One with its bite, one with its claws. Both of those miss. It is now Ettin's turn.
What the fuck is she wearing?
So, because of my class, as long as I'm not wearing armor, I have a base AC of 10 plus my Dex and Constitution modifier.
So you always need to be raging to gain.
No.
Or is that just attack?
It's a class feature, but I don't have to be raging for it. I just have to not have armor on.
Yeah, light them up.
That's incredible.
Yep, but I can still use a shield.
Yeah, I'm a giant. I'm a half giant, and I'm sitting here with 16, and I'm like, oh shit, how are you at 21?
Barbarians are murder machines.
Love it.
Yep. So she's gonna focus on this spider that's still right here in front of her, and since the Ettercap just took a bite at me, does that mean it's within 5 feet?
Yes, ma'am.
cough, cough, cleave. Right.
Yes.
So here is the damage for the spider that's in front of me.
Okay,
I'm
so
currently engaged with.
go ahead and describe how Ettin kills this thing.
She's going to hold her axe like a fucking baseball bat and bring it around and, just go straight through the rest of its abdomen.
She cuts it clean in half horizontally.
And she's going to continue that momentum and go for the cleave on the Ettercap.
Okay, get it. The only thing we don't do is the bonus damage.
It's a 24 hit.
That does hit.
All right, and then I'll do the damage, and it's just without my modifiers. So let's go into the details.
Okay, so 8. It does 8. So then, okay, so you did 8 damage to the Ettercap and wiped out the first one. It is now the spider's turn. So this spider then is going to leap across because it too still does not know that Harold is dead, and it's going to try to do a bite on Ettin. That is a 24. That is a hit. Please roll a Constitution save for me and get above a 13 as you take 3 damage from that bite. No poison to Ettin.
Great job.
It is now Skogul's turn.
Everyone's in front of me now, and I'm behind them, and they just kind of ignored Harold.
They don't know. They don't know you're there. You're hiding under Harold's corpse.
All right, fuck it. He's gonna drop Harold. Who's nearest me?
I'd say the nearest to you would just be the spider.
And am I within striking range of that or not?
Of the Ettercap?
Just the other spider?
You would have to swing above Ettin's head to strike it, but you are within your range of 10 feet. Yes.
Yeah, I'm at 10 feet. Okay, cool. I feel like Skogul just drops her and swings his scimitar over her head towards the Ettercap.
Hell yeah, do it. We want above a 14.
18, finally.
That is a hit, my friend.
All right, rolling damage. We got 9. I'll slash him, and then I'll try and put Harold back on my body.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand for me.
Okay.
Roll a sleight of hand, please.
7.
That is a failure. As you reach down to grab Harold's corpse, the Ettercap slashes at you, and you're like, whoa! And you kind of stumble a bit out of the way, so you're unable to do that. It is now Ettin's turn.
My rage has turned to focus on the Ettercap. I can do the cleave just once a turn, right?
Yes, just once every turn. So you can keep doing it, yeah.
I can keep doing it.
Dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge back under Harold.
It's a 14 hit.
A 14 does hit, meter beat, and you said that you were striking the Ettercap, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the Ettercap is a 14 AC. Roll your damage. Good lord. Okay, 22 damage. Wow.
I mean, she is just showing no remorse. She is not holding back. She's having so much fun.
Roll your second cleave for me. So that was a miss. So then it is now the Ettercap's turn. It is going to do a second multi-attack on Ettin, because why would it not? The claws is a hit. The bite is a hit. So please roll another Constitution save for the bite to avoid being poisoned. That is a failure on the bite. That is not good news. So you take 8 damage from the combination bite / attack. 8. Now you failed the poison, so you are poisoned for 1 minute. So at the creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn, ending on the effect of its success. Okay, so not this turn, but next turn I have to roll a poison damage on you. It is now Skogul's turn, as Ettin has just been slashed and bitten by this thing.
Yeah, so he's gonna, I fucked up again. He's gonna Hunter's Mark, one more time, the Ettercap.
Ettercap, yes.
He's going to attack with the scimitar again.
Good man, good man. So Hunter's Mark only adds damage, bud.
Yeah.
So the attack doesn't matter. The attack doesn't matter. So you did miss. So you do.
No, the first one was 11. That's a miss too.
Yes, he has a 14 AC.
Jesus Christ.
So it is now the spider's turn. It's going to try to web Skogul.
My favorite.
Because they now are aware of you. That's a 22. That's a hit. So
That's a hit.
you are also like Ettin, webbed to your knees, ankles. You're webbed in place. You can swing, you can strike, you cannot move.
So she's going to swing at it.
Come on, that's a hit. That is very much a hit.
15 more damage.
Yes.
And then she's going
it's
to
just bleeding.
take her cleave.
Skogul, you just watch her strike down on it again. That is a hit on the spider as well. She's basically like spinning in a circle, just like spinning wildly. And every time she comes back around, she slashes the ettercap, slashes the spider, spins, slashes the ettercap, slashes, just like a tornado of just blades, basically.
Do I make my saving roll for the poison at the end of my turn or at the end of the ettercap's turn?
First, I have to roll the damage you take this round, and that is going to be 11. And now you roll a save to stop it from happening next turn. You have to beat an 11. DC Constitution.
Nope.
Okay, so you are still poisoned. You can feel, Ettin, like your throat, your temperatures. Something's not right. That bite, it did something to you. The ettercap spins on Skogul, doing a multi-attack on him. The claws hit, and the bite misses. Let me roll a damage on the claws. 10 damage to you, Skogul.
Oh my god.
It is now your turn.
Yeah, so he'll swing. He'll just swing.
Who on
Hopefully.
who? On who?
On the ettercap.
That is
Oh my
another
God.
miss. You rolled a 1. That means that the ettercap is going to take a free claw attack on you as well, because you swung wildly, awkwardly in your angle, being stuck to the ground with those webs. And it rolled a 12, missing you. It is now the spider's turn. The spider is going to bite at you because the ettercap is attacking you, so it's following its lead. It got a 22. That's a hit. Let me roll damage. Please roll a DC Constitution check and try to get above a 13. That's 7 more damage to you.
Oh god, he's fucked. All right, you got a 13.
It's meet or beat, so you succeeded. You are not poisoned.
Okay, she's gonna use her bonus action first
Okay.
and use one of her Warrior of the Gods to get some healing points back.
9 points back. You're just so angry right now that your adrenaline just like heals a wound.
Nice. And then I'm going to keep just hacking, slashing away at this ettercap, just pouring all of my energy into it.
That is a hit. Roll your damage. 12 damage. Ettin, please describe how you kill the ettercap.
I raise my axe again, and I bring it down into it, and I bring it down into it, and I bring it down into it over and over.
Nice.
And then I turn towards the last remaining spider to try and use my cleave against it.
Okay, and as that's happening, you take 13 poison damage. Please roll one more Constitution save for me. Ettin is not feeling good. That bite hurt. You succeed. You are no longer poisoned.
Nice. So for my cleave, a 22 into that spider.
That's a hit.
3 damage.
Oof. Okay, so it's still up. So it is now Skogul's turn because the ettercap has been removed from initiative. You watch its body just like down on the ground. It's mashed. She just like carved through its rib cage. There's nothing left of its lower jaw or its left shoulder. Just blood and gore.
Well, he's impressed, but is he within range of that spider as well?
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah, he's gonna swing. Hopefully, we do some damage. 12, he does not do.
That is a miss, I am sorry to say. So the spider, after having watched Ettin just obliterate its like favorite person in existence, screams in agony and pain and tries to bite you. It's not even thinking to web at this point. It's just we're in full bite mode now. It's trying to kill. That is a 16. That is a miss. It is now Ettin's turn.
She's gonna spend another die from her Warrior of the Gods.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That's good.
10 more hit points back. The gods see you now, Ettin. Zune sees you. Akinorev sees you.
She's gonna just keep going.
That
17.
is a hit.
Nice.
Doing 11 more damage. The spider is still up. Skogul, it is your turn.
Yeah, he's just gonna swing again from his pathetic position on the ground here. 17.
I mean, you hit. That's a hit.
All right. 8.
So it's still up, but it's wounded. You can see that it's got, you guys together have really cracked a bunch of its carapace. It's in pain. It's not really trying to flee at this point. It's trying to defend its home. So it's going to bite at Skogul now because you just struck it. That is going to be a
miss.
It is now Ettin's turn.
She's gonna keep trying to just fucking bring it on home. 15.
That's a hit.
13 more damage.
Please describe how Ettin kills the last spider.
She just sort of like brings her axe down with a finality of execution. I mean, another clean chop off of the head.
And when that happens, there's a as it drops to the ground. And both of you, covered in spider blood, Ettin covered in her own blood, Skogul covered in some of his own blood. 3 dead giant crypt spiders and a dead ettercap. You stand within their blood and gore. Both of you take 800 experience points.
They absolutely are going to go rest. I mean, she's standing there like just covered in ichor and blood, and she's breathing heavily at this point. It's time to rest.
Skogul like cuts open the webs that he was stuck to, and he just like looks over and he goes, "I couldn't agree more."
Follow me. They're going to backtrack and go into the safe area.
The black cells, or just the drop zone?
The black cells.
Okay, the black cells. Okay.
They need a proper rest.
A proper
not
rest.
Looking, yeah.
The iron cage of the elevator shudders to a halt, and its groaning chains fall silent. Ettin drags a claw along one of the swollen spider bites on her leg, and her ears twitch at the change in heat. The cold down here is immediate, deep and cold, biting. Skogul's broad frame steps forward on the rusted platform out ahead of Ettin, only a foot, to stare down the long, steep staircase leading to the black cells. Beyond the final step is a long, rectangular chamber, swallowed mostly by the dark, other than for a single, flickering hearth at the far end of the room. The hearth fire smolders low in its stone basin, bleeding embers of faint orange light across the cold, black cobblestone. This has been Ettin's home for the last 2 months. So as she does every day, Ettin's keen eyes pick out the shapes of 5 cells lining each side of the room, their occupants barely visible behind thick bars and half-light. To the left, 4 of the cells are occupied. 2 draconians, one with dark, near-black scales, the other red-scaled and broad-shouldered. A bugbear watches you, and his lips curl into a fanged grin. An elf, pale-skinned and gaunt, watches you with a blank, indifferent expression. The blue-scaled draconian watches you silently. On the opposite side, there is a goblin. And finally, there is a hill Goliath, who gives a loud belch and a fart, followed by a hefty laugh. Some of the other prisoners groan, while the goblin, who's in a cell 2 doors down, starts screaming obscenities at him.
I told you to stop that mud-bitten, goat-licking bullshit.
The goblin stalks up to the side of her cell. Her wild, soot-streaked hair is tied back in messy braids, and her green skin is mottled with stains. A wicked grin splits her face as she looks far up the stairs towards Ettin and Skogul and says,
Well, look who's back. Little pretty pet kitty go off to wag her tail for the warden again.
She looks over at Skogul and goes,
You got a new fuck puppet, little kitty? Or is this just your babysitter?
And a few of the other prisoners chuckle. Low, ugly sounds from the dark.
He's actually pretty perturbed by how close to death he just got, and is realizing he needs rest. So in a way, he's almost like looking at everyone here as wallpaper, because he's feeling pretty defeated. Even when she's talking shit the way she is, it's kind of going over his head because it seems inconsequential rather than healing.
She's gonna go sit in front of the hearth, and she doesn't say anything to Skogul yet, but she does pass by this goblin. You wouldn't be spouting half that bullshit if these bars weren't between us.
You want to come in and prove it? Come on, I'm waiting.
And she just like backs away from the bars.
She like clangs her axe on the bars as she walks past and like stares back at this goblin while she goes and warms herself by the hearth. Look at this freedom.
She blows you like a weird little kiss.
He's going to follow it into the hearth and just kind of stand behind her.
How are you able to move freely while they stand behind bars?
She starts grooming herself as much as she can. In between legs, she says, I made a deal. These guys would like to say I was with the devil. Sounds like it's going to work out pretty well for me in the end.
He kind of turns to look at all the caged ones. Who tends to them?
So all of the cells have like a chute that slop drops out onto like a tray once a day. It's just like a pile of like mushy slop into like each cell. And that's how everybody gets their food down here. And then everybody basically is just like shitting and pissing into holes in their cells that goes down into the sulfur pits.
Were you in one of these cells before you were released?
No. From what I gather, you got to do some real crazy shit to end up in one of these cells.
So you chose this place as your home.
It's the safest spot down here so far that I found. I mean, at least down here, all the monsters are locked up.
He's rubbing some of the wounds that he received in that brutal fucking fight.
Yes, at least they're locked up here. I suppose it's time I introduce myself, if that's something you care about.
You've made it longer than the others, so I guess why not?
I extend my hand to her.
Skogul.
And she shakes it. And, you can call me the Beast. Everyone else around here does.
You haven't made it that far into the labyrinth.
No, like I've said, there's been stuff around every corner that just wants to kill me, and as fearsome as I am, I'm still small.
Small, but not quite a beast. And I appreciate that you were there to help. So which of these cells is yours?
And she points to the one off to the left. Kind of taken up home over here. I started off in one of the other ones, and they brought a couple more people down and got crowded, and that goblin bitch is real mouthy.
Should I take one of them?
If you want, it's probably the best place to sleep down here. It's kind of got a bed. I don't know. It's better than sleeping on the floor.
And yeah, he like looks to the sky and is just realizing that there is no sky. And he's kind of resigned to his fate of sleeping in a hole somewhere.
Okay, which one of them is the quietest?
She kind of snorts and just none of them.
Okay, so then he walks over, inspecting. Is there anything you can tell about these cells? Are they unique in any way?
No, they're all the same.
Okay, so yeah, he just stands in front of this one. Basically, I'm assuming their view is pretty wide. Everyone could come to the bars and look around.
Oh yeah, if you walk up to that cell, she's gonna know you're walking up.
All right, so he walks up to the cell and he looks in.
As you approach the cell, the goblin presses her face against the iron bars. Her eyes like follow you wide with just manic delight, and she goes,
Oh, fuck me sideways with a minotaur's horn. Look at you, snowfucker. I bet you're a real tough bastard, yeah?
Skogul just chuckles to himself. He doesn't really outwardly do it. He's just like fucking trash. And he keeps walking. He walks across to see what happens when he approaches cell A.
Oh, the strong silent type. I like you already. We're gonna be best friends.
He just looks at her silently and just moves into cell B.
As you go in, on the floor there's like a small concrete platform with some bedding and some, old, just nasty ratted fur. There's a plate, there's no food on it, and there's sort of like this small concave dip in the center of the floor that leads to a hole. But other than that, it is just straight up empty. There's nothing else in there.
Yeah, I think his the sense of exhaustion that he feels from having been, I mean, because this is really a matter of hours, right, since he was arrested.
It's very difficult for you to even like discern that because like
Yeah, time just disappeared once I got knocked out.
yeah, I mean you woke up in a dungeon and no one was like the time is, so like you don't know really.
Okay. Yeah, I think just seeing a spot that's a little quieter, once he takes a look at this, he kind of pulls himself out and he approaches Ettin again.
And she's just still there, going through the stages of grooming herself as much as she can, and like bandaging up any of the wounds from the fight.
You'll wake me when it's time to go.
Yeah, okay.
And he just takes that as much confirmation as he has.
I'll see you soon then.
Sleep tight.
Yeah, he heads to cell B to try and get any semblance of rest that he possibly can. Yeah, so once he walks in, he kind of feels a relief in the fact that he doesn't have to feel constrained. And yeah, I guess he'll kick around that fur.
And when you do so, roaches just scatter like
Yeah.
200 or 300 of them.
At least it's not the pudding.
And yeah, he just lays down, tries to get as comfortable as he can.
I would say roll a Constitution save for me.
Okay. He rolled a 13.
So you are overstimulated. You are in pain, and you lay down, and sleep's not coming. You know, it's just not going to happen, and at least for this moment. And when you open your eyes, you see that the goblin has her face pressed against the guards, and she's smiling, and she just goes,
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
If you keep this up, you're about to find out.
Oh, eat my fucking ass.
And he just rolls his eyes and turns away from her.
What are you gonna just sit there like some moose-dicked mute? What's your story, Blue? What'd you do, rip someone's spine out? Freeze the whole fucking village to death?
And then he just farts.
The Hill Goliath bursts out laughing, like, he's like me. And then the Minotaur in the cell nearby goes, shut up! I'm gonna eat your horns in a stew. And they're all just like arguing with each other. You feel like a tap on your boot. And when you ignore it, you feel another tap on your boot. And when you ignore it, you feel like just this incessant, nonstop tapping on your foot, because you don't have boots anymore.
Yeah, 'cause
one
I
of
took
them
the boot
got
off,
eaten and
yeah.
you took the other one off. So this is just your bare foot. And then she starts tickling it.
It's the goblin? She was able to tickle my feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he like sits up and he goes,
You're not going to give me a moment's peace, are you?
Nope. No. Not if you're gonna sit next to me.
What is the worst thing you've ever done?
No, that's not how this works. I asked first.
What will you offer me for a story?
Well, you don't have any slop. I do.
And like she looks over and like half of her plate is like filled with just gray, cold, stale mush.
It's gonna be a while before we get another splattering. If you're hungry, this is your best bet.
We have a deal.
Delightful. And she hands you the plate.
oh, that's great. So yeah, he's going to sit down with the plate between his legs and he's just going to start eating the slop and telling a story about the worst thing he ever did.
Have you ever been in the Frost Highlands?
No, what's that?
Picture, if you will, rolling hills, endless to the eye, covered in snow.
Sounds boring.
Under each of these hills is a society. Each of them a little warren, a place of safety, and sometimes you need to eat more than they need to eat. Place yourself on a mound outside these hills. My war party came out of the trees, and they started little fires. One to this hill, one to that. My aunt had me perched up in the trees to watch all these little dwarves run from their hills. By the time any of them got to me, my job was to make sure they didn't get any further. And by the time we were done, at my young age, I had killed more than that of children. And I had no choice. Is that bad enough for you?
Killing kids is right up there with... And then she looks down at the hill Goliath and she goes,
I guess the rest of you freaks, giants.
There's what we were and what we hope to become. And I can say that I'm no longer that person.
Yet you are in the black cells with all the rest of us.
If only you knew what I did to get here.
What did you do to get here?
Not without another meal.
All right. So why are you running with the bitch cat? Frost giants don't usually do law and order. You guys smash things, you take what you want, you kill kids. You tell yourself whatever the fuck lets you sleep at night. You don't usually bend the knee, especially to us smalls. You got a thing for little lost kittens?
I have a thing for being resourceful.
That radar's a bit off, big boy. I only been down here a few days, but I seen her type. The others filled me in on the rest. 2 months down here and she's already had 3 other idiots sniffing around to help her find a way out. Another goblin like me, a hedgel, and some delusional halfling who thought he was a hero. They all took a trip with her up to the labyrinth and poof, gone. None of them even lasted a week. What does that tell you? It tells me Kitty's got a curse. Everything she touches breaks or bleeds out. So why, oh why, would someone as magnificent as you volunteer to be the next corpse? Unless, of course, you're a fucking dumbass.
Stupidity may be a hallmark of my recent experiences, but I came back when those 3 others failed.
For now. I can't get quite the read on you. You've either got nerves of steel or you're as dumb as a shaved donkey. And then, like, she presses her face even further in the bars and she goes, I think I'm in love.
You'll have to hold that for another time. Why do you stay behind bars when she can walk free?
and she shrugs and she goes,
Because I don't play ball.
Now that you've had your story, let me sleep.
If you're gonna sell beside me, you're gonna have to lighten up, or I'm gonna dig my claws in your sides while you sleep and tickle the grin out of you.
I'll see you in my nightmares.
Yes, you will. Get some rest. I can't wait to see how long it takes for your ice to crack.
I think he'll turn over at that, and kind of with the renewed sense of nourishment or whatever that gruel actually brought to him, he's going to try and slumber again.
she mutters something under her breath, words you don't quite catch, and then retreats into the darkness of the back of her cell. The sudden silence is jarring after her endless barrage of insults. Even the other prisoners, who've all long grown tired of her screeching, seem relieved at the reprieve. In the dim, flickering light of the dying hearth, you finally have a moment's peace, enough to settle yourself on the cold stone, ease your tense muscles, and close your eyes.
He dreams of the sky, the last sky that he saw, even though it was clouded in an impending storm. And he's wondering if that was actually an omen. And as he dozes off, he's remembering why he was even in this city to begin with. A crystalline tear forms in the corner of his eye, hoping that he can live up to his promise. And yeah, I think while he's doing all this, he'd like to get his sleep in, and then with renewed energy, start his search for some chains.
What has Ettin been doing during this whole little conversation that Skogul was having with the goblin?
She was listening.
Oh shit.
So she hears about the kids, and she starts to think about home and how she misses her home. And just after that, she just kind of retires to her little nook in the black cells